Welcome back, fellow milk drinkers, to yet another Monday Milk Review. My name is Jacob, and today we're actually reviewing a product that we've seen once before, but this time there's a little twist. This is a Milo in a can. We have actually reviewed this once before. It was one of my really early episodes. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's one of my most successful milk reviews I've ever done. But of course, the last time that was the Malaysian variant of this drink. This is an Australian version, which I found in Woolworths. So perhaps you might be able to find this in a store near you. Coincidentally, this is yet another choc malt drink. Just last week we did Oak's choc malt, and I'm keen to see how this drink may or may not have changed compared to the Malaysian variant of this drink. I'll be a little bit more brief with this one, so if you want to catch up on my first reactions of that last drink, just definitely check out that original video. But let's get straight into it, shall we? With all drinks, you want to be sure to give them a good shake just in case any of their flavor has settled on the bottom. I think that's some sufficient shaking, so let's open it up right now. I remember last time I opened it up, there was a little bit of a fizz, so let's see if we catch that again this time.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
That was a stupid idea. I got like little sprays on my pop filter. I'll quickly wash my hands and be right back. And I'm back after making a very poor choice, which I should have foreseen. Anyway, let's continue opening this can right now. Pouring it into the glass, it was originally a very, very dark mixture, which appears to be true in this circumstance as well. Looking at it from the glass, it does appear that it's got quite a bit of viscosity to it. Let's give it a sniff now. And that is very reminiscent of the Malaysian variant I tried. There's possibly been no change in recipe, in which case I'm actually a little bit disappointed. Let's go for our taste test now, shall we? Yet again, a very rich taste. I'm not sure if it does taste the same. I feel as if I lean towards this being slightly different because in my original trial, I found it a lot more watery. This actually does feel quite creamy in the mouth. It's not exactly what you'd expect of a Milo drink. Milos do typically tend to be a little bit on the weak side because the mixture doesn't really mix well with milk unless you blend it. So my memory of Milo is usually a very weak drink with the powder that has a lot of flavor to it. There does seem to be a few particles of cream which are separating from the drink, leaving behind small chunks of what I assume is cream. Slightly off-putting, but that is usually natural. I've seen that in drinks like this before. A lot of the Chinese drinks, because they're meant to be really long-lasting, the cream just sometimes separates. It's still within date. It's just a product of the manufacturing process that they use. Well. Attempt number 3 to close off this video. Steve Jobs, rest in hell, you dang dweeb. I hate Apple products so much. It ran out of space in the last recording, and instead of just automatically starting to delete stuff that I've already deleted, but it's saved in the recently deleted, instead of just overwriting that stuff, it just stops the recording without telling you in any way. So then I went and did it again, and this time it just saved the file as just a grey picture. Like, it's a video file format, but it's just a grey picture that has no time duration. It didn't tell me that the recording failed, so there's another like 10 odd minutes wasted. Other phone companies just make something with a good video camera. That's all I care for. I don't even like phones. I just want to video stuff, and I don't want to have to buy a proper camera for it because I don't do enough video work. I'm just doing this for fun, and Apple makes this so infuriating. Back to Milo. Now it's already gone because I had already packed up without knowing that the phone had failed me for a second time, but I wanted to make a quick note of the fact that this is actually a product that's made in Malaysia. I hadn't gone into this knowing that they were both made in Malaysia, meaning the recipes might be almost identical, if not they are identical. To me, it's got a really rich, creamy malt taste. I think it feels better better than the last one I tried did, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. If you like a really malty approach to a choc milk drink, this Milo is the option for you. It's also commonly available because you can buy it in Woolworths. If that sounds good to you, I recommend you try it, but in terms of the general milk drinker, I don't know, it's probably not worth it for you. There's better things out there, not in terms of choc malt. I think this might probably be the best take on choc malt. That about wraps us up for this week's episode of the Monday Milk Review. Be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all of the weird and wonderful flavored milks that I'll be trying every week on Monday. But if you've just enjoyed this video, why don't you drop a like? Both of those actions really help me out. And if you've got any questions, feel free to comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week in the Monday Milk Review. Bye bye!